Qual è stata la luce creativa che l'ha guidata durante la composizione di Atom Earth Mother?
They had made a backing track. They had made a skeleton of a piece stuck together on tape, different sections. And they did not know what to do with it. And so I was friends with them. And they came to me, particularly Nick Mason and Roger Waters came to me and said, Ron, we've got this piece. What can you do something with it? And I'm a survivor in life. I'm not been to any colleges and universities. I survive. I do things. So I said, yes, I can do that. I didn't know how to do it. I just did. I did it. So I had a tape of the backing track there, and they left that with me. They went away on tour to America, and I analysed the tape. I had to go through the tape and first of all write all the chords, just the chords in bars, and then work out where to do things, you know. We had decided on the brass, choir and solo cello were affordable. The budget could afford those instruments. So I said, okay, because as a composer, I just say, well, what are the limitations? I can compose for anything. I could compose for that, you know, do anything. Because it's all about structure. Composing is about organising. So I just decided to write a melody there. The start of it is a kind of that atonal start to the thing is a comment on the world of music in 1970. It's just a kind of a statement about music, you know, and but that was all my decision. They had nothing to do with it. They had absolutely nothing. And the melodies, and so the structure. There's a backing tape of 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And I just decided what to do. We all had decided that the choir section would be where the choir section, we decided that. But the rest of it, I just wrote it, you know.
E se dovesse descrivere musicalmente la suite in pochi minuti, a chi non l'ha mai ascoltata, descrivendo cosa accade in questi vari momenti, come la descriverebbe?
Those sections that you have described, the A, B, C, D, E, F, they were artificially decided later. There was no, I mean, my original score has got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right up to Q, R, S, T. Okay, but then we decided those are artificial titles, but the titles, those titles were based on some suggestions of mine.
Okay.
When Steve O'Rourke, the manager, phoned me up and said, we need to make it into 5 sections or 6. It's purely for copyright, for and for America, where royalties. To do with the amount of royalties you get for having different tracks. The composition is, the sections are all determined by my decisions to put brass there and a solo cello there, and you know, the choir had been, as I said, had been decided. And when we see the chord sequences are are repeating. You know that the chord sequences repeat. And when I came to the end, again this same chord sequence came up again, and I said, "Oh God, not again!" The same chord sequence. So I wrote a completely different melody on the last section for the final push to the end.
To do
It's just
arrangement.
It's a decision to keep my head and keep my heart going in this work, to do the work.
Very interesting.
It's it's all very practical. There's no mystery about anything.
Speravamo. E nel 1970, pochi mesi prima di Atomic Mother, lei compose anche la musica per il film documentario della BBC The Body. Nella colonna sonora ci sono molti brani composti e registrati da Roger Waters. Lo trovo un lavoro davvero interessante perché spicca la sua anima di sperimentatore, di compositore sperimentale. Può raccontarci quell'esperienza?
I was asked to do the music for this film, The Body. And they said to me, the director and the producer came to me and said, "Can you do songs?" And I said, "No, I don't do songs, but I know a man who does." And that was Roger Waters.
What a man.
Yes, and who was we were very close friends at that time. So we did the soundtrack to the film. We worked separately. He did his songs in his little studio in another part of London, and I did all the electronic thing and the multi-mandolins and all the rest of it in my studio. But because we were close friends, it worked. We could work separately. It didn't matter. You don't have to be, in some, as we say in England, in someone else's pocket. You don't have to be, you can work separately and still it makes sense. It's very simple. That's how it happened. And in fact, when you're using the term experimental here, I don't use the word experimental, and I have to quote the great composer Edgar Varese, French but worked in New York, and he said, "Nothing I do is experimental. It's all considered what I do. That's it. You do or you don't. You do or you do not do. This is life."
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
E perché non si scelse di affiancare in quell'album il nome della band Pink Floyd, ma solo Roger Waters? Per cui non ci fu una collaborazione degli altri membri, se non in un brano, se ben ricordo.
Because the Pink Floyd had nothing. Well, yes, they played the members of Pink Floyd played on one track.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's Pink Floyd. They might have been playing. Rick Wright might have played some jazz or and something else. Simple.